याद रहे कि अमरीकी कांग्रेस के अरकान बिल्कुल पाकिस्तानी सियासतदानों की तरह किसी भी मौजू पर अपने ख्यालात बयान करने में आज़ाद हैं और ये ख्यालात हुकूमत वक्त की पॉलिसी या नुक्ता नज़र की तर्जुमानी नहीं करते। What do you think of this whole scandal that has led to the resignation of the Pakistani ambassador to the U.S.?
Well, Pakistan is a sovereign nation, and I have enjoyed serving as the co-chair and founder of the Pakistan Caucus in the United States Congress with an emphasis on trying to build, over the years that we have been organized, better relationships with Pakistan. It has been enormously challenging. And Pakistan has had a number of leaders. In the instance of Ambassador Haqqani, I believe he has been a knowledgeable diplomat representing all of Pakistan and representing them well. We live in very challenging times. We live in an arena where terrorism is franchised, where it spreads from Pakistan to places around the world and to the United States of America. I believe Ambassador Haqqani attempted to build a relationship between the United States and between Pakistan. It saddens me to think that Pakistan was entertaining possibly one more military coup. One more military coup, I believe, would not have been good for the Pakistani people. I can't make a determination or judgment as to how the officials of Pakistan thought it best to try and stop a potential military coup. But I can say that in order for Pakistan to grow, to build its infrastructure, to educate its people, its children, it needs to focus on diplomacy, it needs to focus on investment, it needs to focus on peace, and more specifically, it does need to rid itself of what seems to be an unending inclination toward terrorist acts. That is not helping the people of Pakistan. And if the allegations are accurate to the extent that there was an effort to help Pakistan become stabilized and peaceful, then it is a sad day that we would lose a respected diplomat on behalf of the Pakistani people due to these activities.
I just wanted to ask if you think the departure of the ambassador will have any impact on Pakistan-U.S. relationships.
We are committed as a nation that is involved in fighting against terrorism to building relationships around the world. We have developed a strong relationship with Pakistan, and we've developed a strong relationship with the present government, and certainly Ambassador Haqqani was very much a part of the present government's leadership. I believe that he cooperated greatly in terms of representing Pakistan's position. He cooperated greatly with the members of Congress and the administration in terms of providing effective information and for the United States to be able to effectively communicate with him and his government. He effectively communicated our position and effectively communicated the position of his government. We in the United States respect a civilian government, and we believe that it is the best approach for a democratic process for a nation to be governed by civilians. That is our position. We are a country that is run democratically by civilians. And so I do believe that there will be certainly a concern expressed due to the departure of the ambassador and how that departure occurred. Again, I say that I am concerned about any movement toward a military-run government or a military coup. Pakistan has had enough of that, and the people of Pakistan should recognize that their misunderstanding of the United States should not allow the overrunning of their government by the military. Their place in the world, I believe, will be better postured if they become competitive like their neighbors, if they become a leader on any number of issues, including a leader as relates to science, technology, education in the region. They are an enormously large Islamic country. They have lived for a number of years under civilian democratic process, and I believe it is crucial that they believe or that they accept the fact that thriving democracies are able to provide more adequately for their people. And I would hope that we could build better relationships with them. The bringing down of Osama bin Laden was the results of the enormity of terrorist acts that have been perpetrated by al-Qaeda under his leadership.
Did you know Ambassador Haqqani personally?
We interacted, yes.
What do you think of him as an ambassador? You've already said that he was very effective in both sides in terms of bringing the point of view of both sides to each other. Do you think the personality of an ambassador or the person of an ambassador matters in the relationship between two countries?
Well, I think the ambassador was very knowledgeable of the requirements of diplomacy. I believe he was respectful. He was truly representative of the Pakistani people and the government that is leading Pakistan at this time. And I think most importantly that he was able to convey his point to the Congress and to the administration. That represents strong assets for working in the United States and being constructive in building relationships between one country and the United States. And in this instance, Pakistan and the United States. I believe his leadership will be missed.
What advice would you give the new ambassador?
I think that counsel should be given by his country. He represents Pakistan. He does not represent the United States. His job will be to represent Pakistan and to reach out to as many of us who are engaged in the issues between Pakistan and the United States. And do his best on behalf of Pakistan and continue to build relationships that will help the Pakistani people and will strengthen the Pakistani civilian government.
Thank you very much, Congresswoman. Congressman, starting with, what do you think of the scandal that led to the resignation of the ambassador?
This word scandal is being misused. If this is a scandal, it's saying much more about Pakistan than it is about Pakistan's ambassador. I mean, what we've got here is an ambassador who has resigned because he was too loyal to democracy and too loyal to freedom and against radicalism and terrorism. If there's any scandal, it's that a Pakistani ambassador feels he has to resign because he has in some way offended the forces of radicalism and terrorism in Pakistan. This is bad. I mean, the bottom line is any ambassador from a democratic country should be opposed to a military coup in his own country and seek to try to thwart it. This man should be given a medal, not thinking that he should be forced to resign. And the fact that he has resigned indicates that Pakistan and that the forces of radicalism are still very involved in the military, and that the forces of terrorism and radicalism in the military have a greater sway in that country, in Pakistan, than the democratic elements as represented by the current government. If there's a scandal, it's a scandal that the Pakistan military still has such anti-American and pro-terrorist and radical inclinations, and still so much power that it can force an ambassador to resign because he's warned that there may be a coup. This is absurd.
Congressman, what people in Pakistan are saying is that if he did reach out to the U.S. government, he was actually essentially reaching out to a foreign government against an institution of his own government. Do you then consider, given your comments, that what he did, if he did it, there's a big if there, was still okay?
No, if what he did was what's being reported, trying to some way counter a coup against a democratic government in Pakistan, he deserves a medal from that country for being loyal to its people. The democratic institutions represent the people of the country. Those who would have a coup are planning to grab power for themselves. This is loyalty to the people instead of to a military establishment that seems to be so aligned with radicalism and terrorism that it hates the United States of America. So, this ambassador, by spinning it as if he was being disloyal to Pakistan by trying to prevent the military from destroying the people of Pakistan's democratic government, is absurd.
Has there been, are you then suggesting in any way that you think that there may be a hand in there from some elements, that is the military or somebody else, in enforcing the resignation?
Obviously, the ambassador's resignation is due to pressure that is created by the military, or a feeling that the military has been insulted in some way because its attempt to grab power has been thwarted. If there was not a coup being planned, well, then the fact is this man should be thanked for being very cautious to try to protect the rights of the people of Pakistan to elect their government, rather than having a military superimpose a pro-radical, pro-terrorist regime upon the people of Pakistan. This is the way it's being spun, that this in some way is scandal, that the Pakistani ambassador was trying to protect democracy, even to the point of coming to the people of the United States and asking for help. That's a totally dishonest way of describing what's gone on.
What impact do you think Ambassador Haqqani's departure will have on the relationships between Pakistan and U.S.?
I think that the fact that someone, a ambassador from a democratic government, has been forced to resign because he was trying to thwart a military coup which would have stolen the rights of the people of Pakistan to have an elected government. I think that the fact that he had to resign is a bad sign for our relations, because what it indicates is that there's still so much kowtowing going on to pro-radical and pro-terrorist elements of the military, that the government of Pakistan is not free to operate and to thwart this horrible element that is found in their country that's caused so much damage to the people of Pakistan and to the world.
Did you know Ambassador Haqqani personally?
I've met him several times. I wouldn't say that I know him as a friend or anything like that. No.
Do you have any recollections about him? What did you think of him? And was he considered an effective ambassador in the Washington circles?
You know what? I really am not acquainted. I had not focused on him enough to be able to answer the question accurately.
Okay, what advice would you give to the new Pakistani ambassador?
I would advise the new Pakistani ambassador, as well as the Pakistani government, to be strong against the radical and pro-terrorist elements in their own military, in the Pakistani military. That, in the long run, is what. It's only when those forces are are secondary to the forces of democracy and freedom, that Pakistan has a chance to a bright future. And if you're loyal to the people of Pakistan, you've got to oppose those who would snuff out democratic government, which is elected by the people, and replace it with some militaristic regime that only represents those people who have the power to grab it from democratic government. So I would recommend the new ambassador still hold firm, because that's his only country's chance, is to be strong against these negative elements in the Pakistani military.
Congressman, you deal a lot with foreign affairs. You're in the Foreign Affairs Committee. Do you think the person or personality of a particular ambassador matters in the relationship between two countries?
I think the personality matters less than someone's commitment to principle. And if indeed that you have an ambassador who is glib and knows how to tell jokes and gets along with everybody and is able to sort of use his personality, but has no commitment to democratic principles and no courage to stand up for those democratic principles which ensure that a government is reflecting the will of the people and not the will of a clique in the military, well, then the ambassador's personality would mean nothing. So it's better to have an ambassador who has principle and courage and a commitment to democracy than an ambassador who knows how to go along and get along with all the different power players in Washington and in Pakistan.
Thank you very much, Congressman.